What do you do with your banana peels after you're done eating? Do you throw them away? Today I'm here to tell you, if you're a farmer, farming anything, maybe flowers, maybe vegetables, maybe fruits, which is my case, then don't throw these away. If you've been following my journey around here, you already know that I've been buying organic potassium sources, and this is going to be a really good supplement. It's all natural. It's very organic as it can get. And so I'm going to cut it into small pieces. You can cut it into small pieces and then you make banana tea, which is a really good fertilizer, organic fertilizer for your plants. Or you can just bury it into the ground directly. So for me, I'm going to bury it into the ground for that slow release of the minerals over time. But I can also, because I have a lot of bananas around here, I can also make the banana tea, which I'm also going to use to spray, include into my spray program, because that's now going to be a natural foliar that I can supplement. Because, sometimes, especially if you don't have a lot of trees, or you don't plant a lot of vegetables or whatever you're gardening, then it's going to be hard for you to keep buying those quantities, because they might even expire over time or something. So this is a good way to enrich your soil, so that your soil naturally has all these elements, because it can be part of your compost, it can be part of your manure, it can be part of your regular soil enrichment regime. So it comes in handy. What should be trash can be a treasure. And today this is my case, because I hope I don't over fertilize my soil if there's something like that. Of course, it's always good to act with, it's good to have temperament and to balance the soil pH. So I hope I don't overdo it, but because I really want those flowers and fruits this time round, I'm going to be adding these. Another really significant part of organic farming is this. This right here is wood ash. Now you need to use wood that's not treated, so the natural type of wood, and then you keep this ash and then apply it to your plants as you would apply manure. You can also make ash tea, and this also is rich in potassium, so it's going to enrich your plants as well, because those are some of the minerals that we really need, or the elements that are needed during the fruiting and flowering seasons of plants. So what I've been doing is I've left this to accumulate. So we have a lot of them, and I've been storing part of it. So I'm going to apply it directly to my plants at a distance, of course. And they also are significant in scaring away insects. You remember the way we used to, like, especially for managu or the black nightshade, whenever we have those little insects that affect the leaves and they start to curl up, this is what we usually apply. You just go and throw it into the garden. So our grandmothers actually knew what they were doing. They didn't understand the science behind it, but they had it right. So I'll collect this, and this is me encouraging you not to throw away the ash that you use after cooking all that ash from charcoal and also from wood. This is our outdoor stove, and we've been accumulating this amount, and we're going to apply it to our Wambugu apples and expect the best. That right there is my source of wood. That's what I use to cook outdoors, and then the ash from it is what now I'm going to use in my garden. So this is like a sustainable way of reusing stuff and recycling and nothing goes to waste in the farm. So now this is much later in the evening. It's been raining a lot around here. That's why our ash is wet, because we cook outdoors. So but the ash has been staying there for a few days. It's not fresh because you also need to let it rest a little bit. You don't burn the wood and use it immediately. You could also just burn the wood, but if you can use it for energy, why not reuse it? So we use this for boiling hard stuff like beans and maize and the likes. And also it comes in handy here in the village when your gas runs out, as it happens so often. And your pocket is not well enough. But nowadays, because we have flowers in the garden, I'm trying to use it more and more often so that I get to harvest more ash. So what we have today will cover a lot of plants, but I'm targeting those that already have flowers on them or buds that are about to open up, because I don't want to feed those that are young, the young ones that are not yet starting to fruit. So I'm targeting those with fruits for now, but I'll do this on a regular going forward, so that whenever I have enough ash, I just bring it to the garden. Now my mother has a really tiny kitchen garden that gives tons and tons of food, and I'm beginning to understand why all the dirt from our kitchen and food scraps went into the garden, and that too on a regular, because whenever you throw all this dirt into the garden, there's a way it enriches the soil structure, the soil nutrients, and you have a bountiful harvest. Growing up, we had poultry, and we didn't wait until we accumulated a lot of manure before we took it into the garden. And I was wondering, why is it that everything that we planted in that little tiny garden used to thrive? Probably this is the reason. So you don't have to over depend on fertilizers to just enrich the soil, and then it feeds everything that you grow in there, and then it's going to thrive. If you know, from Kisii we have the hugest maize, because mostly we have these holes dug around the banana trunks, and then we throw every scrap, food scraps and stuff into it, anything biodegradable, all that waste we throw in there, and then we have massive bananas. Come to think of it, I've never really interacted with a lot of inorganic products growing up, because we just, our parents knew how to enrich the soil, and you didn't have to add in other thing. That's why I don't even know which mineral to put at what point, because most of these trees and stuff and vegetables just grew voluntarily, and you didn't even know what they need, because apparently they had it already. So they were practicing organic farming all along, effortlessly, and that's my goal going forward. I want to feed this part of the farm slowly, and over time will enrich it. But the problem is it has a slow slope. It slightly slopes downwards, so whenever it rains a lot, there's a lot of soil erosion that takes place around here. So I need to just know how to eliminate that first, which is also a good thing in a way, because also these apples do not love waterlogging, but in a way again it takes away all the topsoil over time, and it's in the topsoil that we have all these nutrients. And also these apples are top feeders, so to say, because their roots do not really go the feeder roots do not go all the way into the soil. They are mostly on the surface, so that is a problem. But I'll look for a way to direct the runoff water so that it doesn't tamper with the topsoil. We reduce the soil erosion happening around here. The cover crops are helping, and that is a plus, but we still need a lot more if we are to succeed in this. So this is how it looks like. You remember last time we trained the trees and they're still flowering. As much as there's a lot of abortion, the first flowers aborted, almost all of them, but we have new flowers forming and even new buds that promise give us the promise of opening up anytime from now. That's why I'm not relenting. I'm still doing this regardless of all the abortions that we've been having around here. We're still keeping the hope alive, because if we have new flowers, then we do not have an option. We've got to just keep an eye on them, give them what they need, and who knows, they might surprise us. Look at that. Hope for a new tomorrow. So it's good to also have our own calendar. And we said at Lean Farmstead, we are getting to create a beginner-friendly apple farming guide for our Kenyan-based or African-based market. Help me to do so by leaving your feedback and comments in the comment section. Subscribe if you've not, and let's take this journey together. See you in the next one.